Hello and good morning. Welcome to this special edition of Saturday Morning Tailgate. We didn't get to shoot this video last night, so we're doing it right now as we are watching College Game Day. So, what's on deck today? Let's take a look. Been a crazy couple weeks. We actually just got news that this morning the Clemson-Florida State game will also be canceled, so I'll have to change that in the blog post. Speaking of, let's take a look at that. But while we wait for that to open, who would have thought at the beginning of the year we would be looking at Penn State and Michigan at 1-7 halfway through their 8 games? I know I definitely did not think so. I didn't know what Penn State, what they were looking like this season, but I definitely had better hopes for Michigan. Obviously, it's been disappointing to say the least. The Michigan State loss was brutal. The Indiana loss was a little more acceptable, and then last week they just got absolutely annihilated by Wisconsin. So, going to be a rough closing 4 weeks, especially with Ohio State at the end of the year. So we'll see. Title of this week's blog is College Football Week 12. In a normal year, it would be almost over. If this wasn't 2020 and all the things that are supposed to happen happened, we'd be in the closing stretch of a normal college football season, with just two games to go before championship weekend. But it is 2020 and normal things haven't happened, and we are basically still 5 weeks away from the end of a very strange and now depressing season. The only top 25 upset last week was Tulsa beating number 19 SMU, while number 1 Alabama against LSU, number 3 Ohio State versus Maryland, number 5 Texas versus Texas A&M versus Tennessee, number 12 Georgia versus Missouri, and number 15 Coastal Carolina versus Troy, and number 24 Auburn versus Mississippi State were all either postponed or canceled due to the hashtag Rona and whatnot. Oh, did I mention that Michigan has fallen to 1-3 on the year with an embarrassing quote-unquote blowout loss at home to the Badgers? If the first 2 drives for the Wolverines weren't a sign of things to come, I don't know what would be. I'm not exactly sure how the bowl eligibility will work this year, if it still needs to be 6 wins or not, but at this rate, even if Michigan ends the season at 4-4, possibly 5-4 with the championship week game on December 19th, I don't know if keeping this season going will be of much benefit with what will likely be a very restrictive lockdown protocol around the holidays. With all of that said, there is still football to be played. Week 12 gives us a handful of exciting games on deck and a whole bunch that have already been canceled, with College Game Day heading to Bedlam for the Oklahoma State game. So let's take a look. Last night we saw Syracuse at Louisville and Purdue at Minnesota, with the Minnesota game ending in quote-unquote controversy with the pass interference call against Purdue, which would have gotten them the go-ahead touchdown, but that was called back, and then Minnesota had an interception to end the game. Today we have a bunch of big games. Two top 10 matchups. Matchup of 2 top 10s, noon on Fox, number 9 Indiana at number 3 Ohio State. This should actually be a pretty good game, I am hoping, unless Indiana has been all a mirage so far. So I'll definitely have Fox on one of the displays somewhere. Number 4 Clemson at Florida State, as I mentioned, that is canceled, so I will update that. Number 6 Florida at Vanderbilt, noon ESPN. I'm going to go with Florida there. I'm going to start picking games, so I'm actually going to pick Ohio State, even though I hope Indiana gives them a run for their money. Appalachian State at number 15 Coastal Carolina, noon ESPN2. I'm going to go with the Chanticleers here again until they lose. It's going to be hard to pick against them. Illinois at Nebraska, noon Big Ten Network. Who knows? Toss up. I'll go Nebraska here. Michigan State at Maryland. This was actually canceled. Had that one updated already. LSU at Arkansas, noon SEC Network. Who knows? I'll go LSU here. North Alabama at number 8 BYU, 3 o'clock ESPN3. Let's go with the ranked team here, BYU. Number 7 Cincinnati at UCF, 3:30 ESPN. Cincinnati has been fairly good this year, I believe, although UCF has shown glimmers of hope in seasons past when they're facing big games. So I'll call it a toss-up, but I'll lean Cincinnati on that one. UCLA at number 11 Oregon, noon ESPN2. Got to go with the Ducks here. just for their high ranking, I guess. Haven't watched too much Pac-12 games this season so far. Another big one, top 25 matchup, number 10 Wisconsin at number 19 Northwestern, 3:30 ABC. I'd love to see Pat Fitzgerald pull out an upset here, but I'm going to have to go with the Badgers only because they looked so good last week. Iowa at Penn State, 3:30, Big Ten Network. I'll go Penn State here, only for the at home, even though at home doesn't really mean much this year. Kentucky at number 1 Alabama, 4 o'clock SEC Network. Got to go with the Tide here. Kentucky, they can show a little bit of hope here and there, but I think going up against number 1 in the nation, it's not looking good. Kansas State at number 17 Iowa State, 4 o'clock Fox. Got to go with the Cyclones here. Virginia Tech at Pittsburgh. Who knows? 4 o'clock ACC Network. Let's go with the Hokies. Tennessee at number 23 Auburn, 7 o'clock ESPN. Going to go with the Tigers here. Mississippi State at number 13 Georgia, 7:30 SEC Network. Let's go Bulldogs, if nothing more than home field advantage. Another top 25 matchup, Oklahoma State at Oklahoma, the primetime game on ABC, 7:30. I honestly don't know here. I haven't watched too much Big 12 this season. I'll go with Oklahoma again for home field. I think they said they're going to have somewhere 15,000 to 20,000 people in the stands, so that could give them a little bit of an edge. Number 21, Liberty at NC State. I'll go with the ranked team for now. I know nothing about either of these two teams this year. 7:30 ESPN3. Missouri at South Carolina. Let's go Gamecocks here. 7:30 SEC Network alternate channel, and then Michigan at Rutgers. 7:30 Big Ten Network. Both of these teams getting a primetime game on BTN. I don't know. This is Michigan's third primetime game. They're 1-1. Did not look good last week. Rutgers showed a little bit of hope early in the season, but I don't know that they're much better than either Michigan or Penn State this year. I'll go Michigan, if nothing more than just the fanatic in me. Arizona at Washington, 8 o'clock Fox. That should be a good game for a West Coast game. Who knows? I'll go Washington here for no other reason than I like dogs. I have no idea. Number 20, USC at Utah, 10:30 ESPN. One of the late games going on with the ranked team. Let's go USC here. Washington State at Stanford, 10:30 Fox Sports 1. Who knows? I'll go Stanford here because they like trees. And then the late game out on the islands, Boise State at Hawaii, 11 o'clock CBS Sports Network. Let's go Boise State here, only because they've been really good for a while now. Who knows? Bunch of games canceled. You can see here, number 5 Texas A&M not playing, number 12 Miami not playing, number 15 Marshall not playing, number 22 Texas, number 24 Louisiana, Wake Forest Duke, Houston SMU canceled, and on and on and on and on. So a bunch of games already canceled, with the Clemson Florida State game being added to that. So I really don't know what's going to happen this season with all these canceled games, if they're going to try to make them up after the Thanksgiving for the teams that have weeks remaining. But any of the SEC, Big Ten, Pac-12 that are playing up and through the weekend of December 12th and then the weekend of December 19th for their championship games, they don't have any weeks left to make up any of these games. So it'll be interesting to see how they work postseason play, if they do any bowls, how they do the bowls, how many wins you have to get into a bowl. Other than the ACC, who's been pretty much playing all year now, a lot of these teams are only going to have 8 or 9 games under their belt, at the end of the season. So how do you rank all these teams equally? To be able to put them in a position to rank the top 4 teams. I honestly don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they come out with the final standings and how they make the bowl projections. Because normally by the weekend of the 19th, you're already starting to play bowl games. So who knows? It's a crazy season. A part of me just wants it to be over. Another part of me says, let's keep it going for as long as we can. But disappointing year for Michigan so far. Still going to watch them. Never going to give up on them. But I think changes are needed. I'm not sure if Harbaugh's our guy. Brady Hoke wasn't our guy. Rich Rodriguez wasn't our guy. Who knows if Jim Harbaugh's our guy or not? But who knows? So until next time, might come on later as we get into some of the afternoon games, give an update, some scores, things like that. But for now, enjoy your day. Everyone stay safe. Wear your masks. Do whatever you got to do to not let us go into statewide or nationwide lockdowns or protocols as we get into the holiday season. So that's about it for now. I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.